This is Kate Ward, and this is your Dickman Farms Smart Gardening Tip. Today I'm going to talk to you briefly about bulbs. They're the things that you put in now and you get your wonderful rewards in the spring. They come up very early, a lot of times before there's even green showing on the trees, so they're a wonderful thing to harbor in spring that says, hello, hi, nice to see you, come on into my house. And the reason you're going to come in the house because you're going to have all of these beautiful plant flowers that you can cut and actually bring in, which is wonderful. So they come in all these myriads of colors, and these here that I'm waving to are tulips. So tulips are awesome as a cut flower, as I said, because they last a long time. They have a long stem. You can put one in a vase or 15 and they look glorious no matter what. The other thing to know about them is that they like sunny spots, well drained. Now that well drained, that means your soil conditions. They don't want to sit or be where there's waterlogged. Sure, it can rain. They just don't want to sit in a puddle because the bulb will rot. And that pretty much goes for any bulb here, so just keep that in mind. The other thing I'll tell you about before we move on is how to read these labels here. These labels are on the front of every single bulb that we have, and they're going to tell you when it blooms, be spring, early spring, mid-spring, late spring, how tall it is, and the light conditions it prefers. And that's shown by the little diagrams on the bottom and the front of all of the cartons. So whether it's on the box or on the bag, it says the same thing. So that's something that'll help you. One thing you want to pay attention to, is it short or is it tall? Generally, short in the front, tall in the back, and then nobody blocks anybody. So that said, tulips come in a beautiful array of colors. There are even some that are deer resistant, such as this wildflower mixture. Now that said, unfortunately, deer do tend to like tulips. Get a deer repellent, you should be pretty safe. But the other thing is there's things like daffodils. Now daffodils, which I have one example here of, this beautiful mixture here. Here's another one. Maybe you're more familiar with seeing things like this. Daffodils, they multiply and they're naturally deer resistant. Also make a very good cut. So, other things that you might see that you around and about in the spring that you never knew were a bulb and really you could get are things like this. Allium, always a favorite, again deer resistant, big purple, cool ball flowers, they're really neat. Hyacinths, beautiful, fragrant hyacinths, great cuts again, wonderful color, and they're really quite bold in their coloring, so that's the neat thing. We have some unusuals here, and this is the fritillarias and the Grecian windflowers. Windflowers are short, but they're like little baby daisies that sort of pop up and go, hello, here I am. I have some scillas and other things that'll naturalize in a woodland, so they're going to move off and about. And I have more bulbs that I couldn't show you or put in this picture here, so please come in if you have any questions. We'd be more than willing to help you. It's a great time to get out there and get planting. It'll tell you how to plant them on the back. And until we see you again, this has been your Dickman Farms Smart Gardening Tip.